Yeah, it's been good. Obviously exciting, but for us, we've been able to limit the distractions, I think, for the most part, and go about our business as usual. So yeah, we should be good.
What are you expecting when you walk out on the field Saturday night?
It's going to be electrifying. We know that it's going to be exciting for us as a team, for us as a club, for our fans, for the city. It's been a long year, and it all comes down to one game come Saturday night.
You guys have been able to play so well in the postseason so far. Is there something you can put your finger on as to why things have been working?
No, I think we've just been able to up our, use the word intensity, desire, all those little things when it comes to playing in big games against good teams that you need to have. We've been able to find that during this playoff run. Whereas I think when I go back to 2 games during the regular season, Toronto away and Red Bull away, and we weren't even close to what's needed to compete in those types of games, and we've been able to find that in the playoffs.
With Tata leaving and Miguel rumored to leave, I mean, is there a sense that the window is closing, for this group? I mean, is there any added urgency to what's going on?
No. There's urgency because we're in a cup final. There's no added urgency because of Tata leaving, the rumors regarding any of our players or anything like that. There's urgency because when you're in a cup final, you never know when you'll have the opportunity to be in another one. You could be 20 years old, you could be 34 years old. You don't know when the next time an opportunity like this will come along. So regardless of Tata's situation, player's situation, that's got nothing to do with it. The urgency is because we're in a cup final and we're hosting a cup final, and it's a huge chance.
The Timbers are obviously another team that's upped their game in the postseason as well. What challenges are they going to present for you guys?
I think obviously in terms of their individual ability is very good. They're very good on transition, but regardless of all the X's and O's, when you look at what they've been able to do on the road in the playoffs with their back against the wall, they've been able to find a way to get a result, and that's a huge credit to their team and their players. And so they're not gonna come in here and roll over. It's gonna be an absolute fight. We know that. The thing about finals is that it's a one-off game, so there's no tomorrow. It doesn't matter. You're not saving your legs for anything after this. It's all or nothing.
Your owner called this the Super Bowl of soccer. Just curious what you think about calling it that, and where does this rank in some of the bigger games you've played?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the Super Bowl is the final of the NFL season, right? And here we are in terms of the MLS Cup being the final of the Major League Soccer season. So, I would. You can agree that's a fair assessment. It's a huge game. It's a huge game on many levels, mainly from the standpoint that being in our second year, we find ourselves in this position to host a final and ultimately, hopefully, win a final. And we've done a lot of things in the first 2 years of this club's existence, and to be able to cap it off with an MLS Cup would be tremendous.
Darlington's obviously a player that won an MLS Cup with Portland and is now competing for one with you guys. How important has he been on coming to your team?
He's been great. To see him up close, I've been fortunate to play with him before with the national team, and to see his ability and how cool he is on the ball, how calm he is on the ball. It's vital for us in terms of being able to relieve pressure at certain times, and so to have him on our side come Saturday, it's a huge bonus.
And you mentioned the sort of how you guys have upped your game a little bit in the postseason. How much did that game against Toronto and missing out on the Supporters' Shield sort of serve as extra motivation for you going into the playoffs?
We knew if we wanted to do something special, we were going to have to be better. It wasn't good enough, and so, like I said, Red Bull away, Toronto last game of the season. Those performances, they weren't us. They weren't going to be enough come the playoffs, and we knew something had to change. And for us, we've been able to turn things around from those 2 games.
We've seen how he's lined you guys up on the field. We've seen him back to tack with you on the pitch. But for those of us that aren't around him every single day in the locker room setting, what's Tata's influence on the group been like in terms of off the field?
No, he's been great. You see him in the hallways in the training ground, in the meal room. he's always got a smile on his face. You know, so that part's good. You know, you want a coach and coaching staff that you're able to talk to and approach, and you're able to communicate with him in the sense of any issues that we as players feel that there may be. We're able to go to him and talk to him. So you know, it's been good having him and seeing the way he sees the game, and having him to implement his ideas on the pitch come match day. It's been great for us.